So he goes on to Arkansas, drops his boss off, turned back around, headed home to Memphis. On his way back, he's seen the boat again, but the cruise should have been over. Tom Lee said, let me take a spin around this boat to make sure everybody is okay. It is a good thing that Tom Lee took a spin around that boat, because if he didn't, he wouldn't have noticed the vessel was sinking with all the engineers and their families on board, everybody. Now, Tom Lee worked this river his entire life, but he had never learned how to swim. Tom Lee could not swim. This man saved 32 lives, everybody. The way he was saving them, he was reaching his hand out of his boat, pulling them onto his boat and taking them back to a sandbar. What a sandbar is, you look to your left, it's a little bit behind us. You see that strip right here of sand and mud in this hole right here, guys. That is a sandbar. When the river is low enough, like it is today, you can see these sandbars. Now, he took them to the sandbar to get them out of the water, but then he ran into another problem. These people were cold. They were wet. He had to keep these people warm. His great idea to keep them warm was to dig holes into that sandbar. Put their bodies into this hole neck deep. So he dug 32 holes and put 32 bodies into these holes, everybody. He even built a fire to keep them warm, but that fire helped him attract the attention of a captain coming down the river. He picked everybody up and took them back to the city of Memphis, and now Tom Lee is a national hero, guys. The Corps of Engineers in the city of Memphis want to give Tom Lee something for his heroic event. So they raise money for him and they give him money. He also asked him to do him a favor. He said, me and my wife, our house is beat up. Can you guys fix our house? Instead of fixing his old house, they built Tom Lee and his wife a brand new house, everybody. The job he was working was not a permanent job, and he wasn't getting paid much money. So they gave him a permanent job with a raise to help him support his family. They built this park, named it after him. If you look to your left, we're about to pass this bush. Behind the bush, there is a statue of Tom Lee and how he saved those people. Look to your left, you got a great fence. Inside that great fence is a statue of Tom Lee right here. If you see it, second deck, help him out and point to it. It's coming up behind us here, y'all. He was reaching his hand out of his boat, pulling them onto it, taking them back to a sandbar. So they built that statue as a replica of how he saved those people, everybody. Tom Lee had it made for about 11 years, a national hero right here out of Memphis, Tennessee, everybody. But he sadly passed away of cancer shortly after that. Let's give Tom Lee a big hand today, everybody, please. We're going to go back up to the houses for a quick second. A famous actress used to live up there. Her last name is Shepard. What's her first name? Sybil Shepard used to stay up there until 2011 when her basement flooded due to the Mississippi getting a record high of over 47 feet of water. Flooded her basement up there and she moved out. Multiple people have lived there over the years, but recently a famous comedian has bought Miss Shepard's house and rebuilt it. After marrying his second wife, she is from Memphis, Tennessee. Family Feud's finest, Steve Harvey, owns that house now, everybody. It's a beautiful house. You have to go into the neighborhood to see it. I guarantee if you walk over there looking for Mr. Harvey's house, when you step in his yard, that spotlight gonna hit you and you're gonna think you was on Family Feud too, everybody. Now we got a huge building right here behind these trees, a nice tall tan building. Now everybody says that building looks like a hotel because it used to be a Holiday Inn right here in downtown Memphis. They took that Holiday Inn structure, stripped out the insides, turned it into condos right here, everybody. But did you guys know that the first Holiday Inn ever, the first one ever to exist, started right here in Memphis, Tennessee, down on Summer Avenue? Anybody know that today? I'm getting faces right now like, how does this young boy know all this stuff? Well, I'm gonna let y'all in on a secret. I only know enough for this 90-minute cruise. Don't ask me no questions later on now, y'all. Now, we got boats that travel on this river all the time. They're called towboats. And towboats push these objects that start with a B. What do we call these objects? Barges. Now, a towboat captain works 30 days on. He gets 15 to 30 days off. I work as a deckhand on a towboat, making a lot of money as well, 30 days on, 15 to 30 days off, but not nearly as much money as these towboat captains. Now, how much money do you guys think a towboat captain brings in a day? Give me a guess, somebody. Just shout out a number. $300 is a great guess. Let's go up. $5,000? If they were making $5,000 a day, I'll throw this microphone in the water, y'all. A little bit under 5. In fact, let's just split it in half. A little bit under that. 2. There you go. $2,500 a day, everybody. A towboat captain can bring in $2,500 a day. That is a lot of money. I told my mom, and she told me if she found a towboat captain, she wasn't going nowhere. I assured her, if she ever finds a towboat captain, I will move back in. I'm not going anywhere either, y'all. Now, deckhands on these boats, what I was doing out there. We walking through those barges, making sure the ship is all right. We made $1,000. Some of us made $1,500 a day, everybody. Depending on how well you knew the boat and how long you were on that boat, you can bring in about $1,500 a day as a deckhand on a towboat, guys. Now, they're out there for 30 days. They have to eat. There are cooks on towboats. A cook on a towboat brings in $500 a day. A cook. They're still on their 30 days off, 15 to 30 days off, and they're making $500 a day. It's a lot of money on those towboats. It's just a dangerous job, so I decided to come home and find something I could